What's happening, people? Welcome back to Rio's Positive POV. Today I'm going to be discussing Venom Let There Be Carnage, which just released in UK cinemas. I know it's been available in a few other countries for a couple of weeks now, and I was excited to check this one out. The first movie, Venom, which came out in 2018, I enjoyed. Was I the biggest fan of it? No. But going into this one, I wanted to see what improvements they would make and if they could take it to the next level. The director for this movie was Andy Serkis, who most will know for playing Gollum in the Lord of the Rings series and has a high amount of experience with mocap and CGI. So expected this movie to be better in them aspects. And was it better in them aspects? Yes, it definitely was. I felt like the CGI and the fight scenes, including the symbiotes, was much improved from the first movie. It helps that Carnage is a red symbiote, so you could differentiate the difference between Venom and Carnage when they were fighting. In the first movie with Riz Ahmed's character and Tom Hardy's character, they were both basically the same colour. And they were kind of morphing in and out of symbiote and the host. So it got a little bit messy at times during the climax of the movie, and I thought that was a major letdown for the original. So I'm happy to say that they improved on the CGI and also the fight scenes between the symbiotes in this movie. Once again, Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock is spectacular. I really like his interpretation of the character, and I hope that he can continue it in further films. That being said, I don't believe we need any more Venom movies. I would like to see him involved in the Spider-Man movies and be a secondary character. There is only so many times we can see one symbiote fighting another. And that's where I believe this movie lacked. It just felt very forced and rushed. The cast of this movie is absolutely fantastic though. Woody Harrelson joins the cast as Cletus Cassidy, and the symbiote Carnage takes over his body. Carnage was a good aspect of the movie. Once again, the fight scenes with Venom and Carnage were really good, and Woody Harrelson was fantastic as Cletus Cassidy. One thing that was not fantastic, however, was the hair and makeup and costume design of the character. It felt way too off. It just didn't seem right for the type of person they were trying to build him up to be. Also, Shriek, who was played by Naomie Harris, her character design wasn't that great either. And I also feel like she was just forced in the movie to push another narrative which didn't really need to be there at all. I won't tell you exactly what that narrative is or what plot point they tried to push forward by adding in a character they didn't need. I think you should see the movie and make your own assumptions and views based on what you see for that character. Stephen Graham also joins the cast. He was fantastic as well, apart from one scene where his Scouse accent kind of slipped out. And Michelle Williams returns from the first movie and has a little bit more to do in this one than the first. The Michelle Williams-Tom Hardy relationship in the first movie, for me, was one of the major disappointments. I felt like it was extremely rushed in that movie, and it didn't allow you to build up any kind of relationship with the two characters as a couple, and also make you feel anything for her character in the first movie. This second movie did, however, push that along for me. The movie as a whole is not that great. If you enjoyed the first Venom, then you're going to see the improvements in this movie and you will probably enjoy it. However, if you wasn't a fan of the first movie, then this movie is probably one you're not going to enjoy either. The biggest thing for me in this movie was the post-credits scene. And again, I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens in the post-credits scene, because that would be spoiling it for you, and spoilers are bad. Spoilers are bad. However, the post-credits scene hugely sets up the future for Tom Hardy's character Eddie Brock and Venom, and I'm excited to see where they take it in the future. There is some other kind of foreshadowing at the end of the movie in regards to a future character being introduced. If you know the comics, you will know exactly who the character is. If you don't know who the character is from the comics, then the little hint at the end is just going to pass you by and you're not going to really know what is going on, because it's very quick and very subtle, but extremely well done. Overall, I gave the movie 3 stars out of 5, and like I said, if you enjoyed the first one, you'll like this one. If you wasn't a fan of the first one, then probably give this one a miss. If you've seen Venom Let There Be Carnage, please hit me up in the comments, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear what your opinions are, what worked, what didn't, and overall what your score was. I'm Rio, this has been my positive POV. Thank you for tuning in, peace out.